federal judge in California has blocked the administration's latest immigration rules on who can seek asylum at the border. Do you have any response to that? What are next steps?
Yeah, a couple things on that I do want to share. So the way we see the ruling today, that nothing has changed. There's a stay, which means that our border enforcement plan remains in full effect. The Department of Justice will appeal the decision and seek and extend the stay. And as we have said multiple times, our border enforcement plan works. It is deterrence, diplomacy, and enforcement. We have seen that plan working. Unlawful border crossing have come down to the lowest that we have seen in the past 2 years. And so, again, nothing has changed. And
we in the Department of Homeland Security, I issued a memo very early on that we would not use the term illegal alien. When speaking of these individuals, we use the term non-citizen.
Very quickly, back in February, so now almost 6 months ago, the President of the United States said, I'm going to be speaking, or perhaps even meeting, with President Xi soon. Now one of the highest diplomats in the Chinese government has obviously been removed, dismissed. There's a new veteran diplomat in his place. Does that impact in any way any meeting that would take place between the President and his colleagues, given Anthony Blinken and others have been there recently? What is the status of that meeting that's now almost 6 months after the President said it would happen soon?
So don't have anything to confirm at this time on a call with the President of China. What I can say is that the President has been very clear at some time soon he will have a conversation with President Xi. Just don't have anything.
That there's a new diplomat who replaced someone.
No, I mean, I was just asked when Steve asked me the question, I said it doesn't change anything. We are going to continue to move as we have been continue to keep those lines of communications open. That has not changed.
There were questions yesterday about why President Biden hasn't personally called out Governor Abbott over this, and you kind of had a two-pronged answer. Mm-hmm. You said that you have called out Governor Abbott, and you've called him out again. And you also pointed to the actions of the Justice Department taking Texas to court over this. And I'm wondering, on a lot of issues, you have been adamant that President Biden does not insert himself on Justice Department decisions. So can you elaborate on what his role was in this litigation against Texas?
This is a Department of Justice role. This is for them to decide.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is I'm a little confused how the president should get credit for what the Justice Department is doing if what you're saying is that he had nothing to do with what the Justice Department is doing.
I'm not saying the president deserves credit for what the Department of Justice is doing. I'm saying that the Department of Justice is doing their job. Governor Abbott and what he has done, his record on this, it is clear. It is clear how he impedes the process. He doesn't help. The president, what he is working on, the policies that he's moved forward on, is making sure that we limit the unlawful entry into this country. And we have seen that because of a policy that he has put forward. And for the governor to undermine that, that's not helping.